Hello, what is up? Today I'm doing What If Naruto Was an Angel? I decided to do another What If today because I just wanted to do the second part of this, so I hope you do enjoy the second part, and I apologize for any background noise because my dad is very busy and he's, just doing stuff. So you're just gonna have to bear through it. Okay, so last time I left off, Team 7 was being attacked by Zabuza as he threw a sword with Naruto catching it and chucking it right back at him, and Zabuza is very excited for this fight because he sees a kid with a lot of potential, and he didn't sense any chakra while his sword was being caught, so he thinks that he has a lot of physical strength with this, which is true because angels have a lot of strength. Even though Naruto is not in full strength right now as an angel, he still outclasses a lot of people in this universe right now. He's not as strong as Madara yet, just because I said not yet. He will be as strong. Just wait on. Now, as they're fighting, sorry about that. I thought this was gonna happen. Sorry. Naruto is actually intrigued by Zabuza because his purpose is to solve the universe's declining mortal rate. So he's looking for a god of destruction to manage the universe. So he actually thinks that Zabuza could be a good candidate because he is very powerful and he has a lot of potential to be a great ninja. But for now, he just protects the bridge builder with Sasuke and Sakura as they're looking at him. Like, he has like his hand on his chin and he's just looking forward with the staff pointed down. And they're just like, what does he think he's doing? You have to protect the bridge builder. And then they start protecting as Kakashi ordered, and Kakashi gets whooped like last time. Well, not whooped, but he gets trapped in the prison, in the water prison. So all that Naruto does is just, instead of asking Sasuke for help, he just pops up behind Zabuza and punches him in the back, kind of cracking his muscle a bit, sending Zabuza flying. But then he retaliates by launching back at Naruto. And Naruto is just dodging everything and everything and everything. So angels naturally just know over instinct. He's just dodging and dodging. And he's thinking of this as training for Zabuza, not an actual fight. He's not really bad or good. He just thinks about getting a god of destruction and managing the universe. He doesn't care about what the fight they're having on this, this universe. He's just dodging and dodging, using his pinky to block everything. Well, not his pinky, he's just using his hand. He's not that strong yet. Using his hand to catch everything and dodging and using his staff to smack away his kicks. And Zabuza is full on taijutsu right now. And he's really amazed because this boy, barely looking like he's in his 20s, is blocking every single attack as if it was nothing. And then Sasuke had enough time to rush up behind and free Kakashi of his water prison. And that's when Kakashi reveals his Sharingan, and Sasuke is just shocked because he didn't think that there was someone else with the Sharingan. It kind of upsets him a bit because he's saying it's a fake because he has that kind of pride about his clan since it was murdered by his brother. So and then when Naruto notices that Kakashi got out, he just he says to Zabuza, "Oh, it seems our little training session has ended. Until next time." And then he just pops up right back at the bridge builder, protecting him, and Sakura is just like shocked. He just saw Naruto go up there and block every single one of Zabuza's hits as if it was nothing. Well, and then this makes her feel useless because all she does is just babble on about Sasuke, and for some reason hates Naruto. So she's starting to think less of herself as a ninja, which she totally should. Sakura is literally the most useless anime character I have ever seen. Even anime thoughts are better than Sakura, and she is one, which makes it worse. And then the whole same thing happens as he pulls out his Sharingan. Kakashi starts to mimic every one of Zabuza's moves, on and on and on until he beats him, almost beating him when Haku comes out of nowhere with the Senbon, hitting Zabuza's neck, making it look like he, killed him. And then he says, "Sorry for the interruption. I was tracking this man," and then just leaves with him. Now, Naruto again doesn't have his full angel powers, but he senses something is wrong. But but then just plays it off and says, that'll be fine. So as soon as Kakashi's done battling Zabuza, he faints and falling into the water, because I think they were also like on water while they were doing the battle. And if they're not, I'll just add it in. He just sinks a bit, and Sasuke jumps in and then gets him out, and they start walking again. And Sasuke asks Naruto, how were you able to dodge all those strikes, and how did you move like that? Naruto says, maybe if you get strong enough, one day I'll tell you how. This makes Sasuke pissed, because he thinks that Naruto is taunting him, but when really Naruto is just saying facts, because there's no way Sasuke could ever learn those movements unless he was as strong as unless he can use his his body flicker, but he can't move as fast as Naruto. But this also fires him up, and also fires Sakura up, because now she knows that she can get this amazing technique, so she now wants to train with them every time they do. And her admiration for Naruto has gone up a bit. And now they get to Tazuna's house, they eat, rest a bit, and he meets the little boy. I don't know his name, don't want to bother remembering his name. But the same thing happens with him lashing out and blah blah blah. And this time Naruto doesn't really care, because he doesn't care. It doesn't bother him at all. And then the next day after they're done, doing and resting, Kakashi is kind of healed, and he decides to train everyone while he watches on the side. And they're gonna learn the tree walking and whatever. But Naruto isn't gonna be using chakra. He's gonna use ki and fly a little bit while walking on the tree, making it seem like he's actually attaching to it as he keeps walking up, 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 and then reaches the top of the tree, then teleports right back down in front of Kakashi and says, I finished. And again, if I didn't mention this last time, Naruto is taller, and he's not as, he's not muscular at all. He's just kind of skinny, but, he could get buffer, but there's no need. He's an angel. He's already strong enough as it is. And Sasuke looks down and is like, why are you down already? You haven't finished yet. And Naruto says, yes I have. I went to the top and came back now. And this makes Sasuke pissed. And because Sasuke can actually barely do anything, he's going up only a bit, but Sakura is beating him with chakra control, and he asks her what to do, because he's swallowing his pride a little bit just for the sake of getting stronger than Naruto. After that, Naruto asks to be doing his own training. Kakashi reluctantly agrees. Now, what Naruto was gonna do is sense Zabuza and Haku's ki, and then go and check up on what they're doing. And Haku is still carrying Zabuza, and they're laid down somewhere by some little cave. I don't know, but I'm making this up as I go. But that seems pretty reasonable to me. He meets them by a cave, and they're in there, and it looks like a house. He sneaks in there and sees Zabuza lying. Haku isn't there yet. So, he keeps observing him, and he's wondering if he really had the potential to be a god of destruction. But he just forgets about it and just walks out as Haku sees him coming out of the cave and asks, why are you here? And how did you get here? How did you find us? Naruto just says, oh, I just followed your chakra signature. And Haku tries to attack Naruto to get rid of him quickly, but Naruto says, oh, sorry, I can't hang around. He just teleports back to his team. And after that, it is the guys are still training, and Naruto just goes back to Tazuna's house to rest. And the next day, he still gets late because he's really kind of chill. He's just chill. So he is late, and the guys are already gone off, and they're doing a bit of a patrol around. And that's when that gang leader's goons show up, trying to beat and hurt the people of the house. But Naruto, sensing this malice, just gets up. Again, he doesn't really care, but they're obstructing his experiment with finding a new god of destruction. So he just goes down there, teleports, and just knocks them both out, heading out, as he tells the little boy to go back inside because things are about to get dangerous. Now, as he goes to the bridge, he sees Kakashi already fighting Zabuza, and Sasuke is about to get trapped by Haku. and he's already trapped by the ice mirror jutsu, and he just pops in there and says, "Hey, why'd you guys leave me in there without asking?" And Sasuke says, we kept telling you to get it, but you just kept ignoring, so we left without you." And that's when that's when Haku starts sending all those, ice shards at them. And Naruto is just dodging all of them, dodging and dodging and dodging and dodging everything. Ultra Instinct full on, but Sasuke got hit by some of them, and this really worries Naruto a bit. I mean, he really sees everyone as a potential god of destruction, and Sasuke, being a kid, actually has way more potential, since at his age, these things he does is not really like, things that normal children will be able to do. So after that, he just he tries attacking the mirrors, sending a ki blast through each of them, breaking them, but Haku still wasn't dead yet. So what he does is that he powers up a bit of ki and explodes it all around him, cracking the mirrors a little bit and making Haku come out. And that's when Sasuke sees his opening and then throws a fireball jutsu at Haku, burning him out of the ice mirror jutsu. Then Naruto pops up behind him and then knocks him out. So this time Haku doesn't die. And then we switch back to Kakashi beating up Zabuza, and he already won the fight and blah blah blah. And then he looks over there, he's like, "I wonder if Haku's dead." And he's like, and Naruto says, "He's fine." And he yells from the other side. And that's when Gato and his goons show up. But this time Kakashi takes care of them, because he detests this fat guy who just hides behind his men and just does nothing. So he just does the same thing as Zabuza, but he's alive. He just cuts all their head, stabbing them, all that, and then gets to Gato, pushes him off the bridge, making him drown, and then he dies. So instead of killing Zabuza, they take them and arrest them and take them back to the village, and the bridge is still named the Naruto Bridge. Now as they go back, Sasuke is asking Naruto, what was with that ball of chakra you pulled out? And Naruto says, "When we get back to the village, then I'll teach both of you." It kind of seems fun, and Sakura is even more hyped up. Then when she gets back to the village, she's gonna train with them 24/7, just to get a little stronger, because she feels like she's not doing enough on the team. I know, shocking. She wants to be useful. Okay. And when they get back, they go to Hiruzen and then hand in Zabuza and Haku. Haku is not in prison, but Zabuza is, because Haku is a child and has potential, and he can be turned into a good person. Because Haku was never really bad to begin with, he just likes Zabuza. So yeah. And after that, Kakashi tells them that he's been thinking for a while, and he thinks that they're ready for the Chunin entrance exams. And he already sent them up for it and asks if they're on board. And everybody says yes without any hesitation, because they're hyped after that mission. So after that, Naruto is already he's regaining more and more of his memory, so he's getting stronger and stronger. And angels don't really train. They're not really made to train. They train others, and they're always just stronger. They're just built stronger. So I'm not gonna do a whole training thing with it, but I'm gonna say he meets Jiraiya sooner, as he's walking around the town with Sasuke, because Sasuke wants to train, so Naruto is gonna train him. And they see Pervy Sage just peeking at a remote woman's bath. So what Naruto does is come up behind him and smack his butt with his staff. And then Jiraiya gets up and says, "What are you doing? I'm on the legendary Sannin. Do you know who you're messing with?" And then he turns around to see this tall dude who looks like he's in his 20s, but is actually a kid and has white hair and kind of pale skin. And he's like, "You remind me of someone." This someone being Orochimaru a bit, because Orochimaru is also pale. But yeah. And then he asks Pervy Sage, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Obviously, what do you think? I'm looking at women for studies. I have a book." And Naruto just knows what he's doing, and he just decides to walk away. And Jiraiya actually stops him, saying, "Hey kid, you want me to train you?" And Naruto actually refuses and just walks past Jiraiya. But Jiraiya just gets more and more intrigued. And Naruto just takes Sasuke to a secluded place like up on the mountains and starts training him to, use a bit of ki, because there's only, a certain amount of ki in this world, and it's very weak compared to the chakra that's everywhere. But Naruto is still OP even with this stuff. He starts teaching him how to enhance his body better, and actually teaches him to fly a little bit, like only float. And he also helps him perfect his one Tomoe Sharingan, and then he actually exceeds it and goes to two Tomoe Sharingan, making him stronger than he was in the original. And Jiraiya is just behind watching the training session, and he's like, this kid was born to teach. Sasuke is making huge improvement and using this energy that Jiraiya can't sense at all. So a few weeks pass, and it's time for the Chunin exams, and they walk in and meet Lee, and then Lee challenges Naruto to a fight. And that's where I'm gonna leave it off. Hope you guys like this. Like the button on the left corner. Please subscribe. I'll wait for you to subscribe. Okay, if you've done that, press notifications so you can always see when these videos come out. And I hope you enjoyed this one, because I'm actually starting to like this series more and more. And next time tomorrow I might actually come out with What If Asta Keep Part 4. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully I get to do what if what if Goku could change his DNA. And yeah, until next time.